the solicitor, bow down and worship the Anglo-Indian plutocrat. He accepts their adoration with supreme coolness and a quiet arrogance which his admirers extol as innate aristocracy of mind. It has pleased him to permit his niece Marion Thornthorpe to bask in the sunshine of his favour. She is not handsome enough to charm his eye, which is critical in the matter of feminine beauty, nor is she clever enough to amuse him, but she is rather a pretty thing to have about his house, and she does very well for a listener when he is in the humour to tell his prosy old stories of dead and gone Calcutta scandals. She knows how to hold her tongue when he is inclined to be silent, is solicitous for his small comforts, and quiet as a mouse when he takes his after-dinner nap. She behaves gracefully at table, neither eats nor drinks too much, looks stylish when fashionably dressed, moves about the house quietly, and is not altogether deficient in tact. He is content, therefore, to tolerate her as a frequent guest, but does not appreciate her warmly enough to ask her to take up her permanent abode with him. He has made many inquiries about Sybil, and has been vexed by her non-appearance. The Stormonts, the Groshans, and other notabilities have praised the absent girl's beauty, having found out all at once that a young person whose existence they never troubled themselves to acknowledge was the loveliest girl in Redcastle. "Quite the belle of the place, I assure you, Mr. Trenchard," says Mrs. Stormont. "Indeed," remarked Stephen Trenchard. "She was invited out very much, I suppose." "Well, no, dear Mr. Trenchard. She was too young, you know, almost a child, and then your brother-in-law is so retiring, we could never have got him out of his shell. If there is one thing in the region of trifles outside the money market which Mr. Trenchard appreciates, it is the beauty in woman. Having heard his eldest niece is enthusiastically praised, he is particularly anxious to see her, ever so much the more anxious because her indifference has thwarted him. She must be a queer kind of girl, he tells himself, to hang back from a rich uncle to prefer drudging as a governess to sponging upon me. Marion is glad enough to take all she can get, and would kneel down and kiss my shoestring if I asked her. Her feelings are transparent enough. This other one must be something out of the common. A wonderful advantage this for Sybil at starting, though it is an advantage she has gained accidentally. The great lodge bell clangs out, while Mr. Trenchard paces up and down and startles the respectable tranquillity of above bar with its clamour. He takes out his watch. Too early for a ceremonious visit. Mr. Trenchard walks round by the side windows of his large square mansion and comes within view of the gate. Two ladies enter, both young and slim, both tall, but one rather shorter than the other. The taller gives a little eager cry and runs forward to him. The second advances more slowly. "Dear Uncle Stephen!" cries Marion, pursing up her lips to be kissed, an operation which Uncle Stephen performs with a slightly reluctant air. "Sybil has come home quite unexpectedly." Marion is always out of breath at the beginning of a visit, a pretty gushing way which some people call charming, "and I thought I might bring her to see you, dear Uncle John." "Thought you might bring her? Of course you might bring her. Haven't I been asking to see her since Christmas?" "So that is Sybil, is it?" looking at the graceful figure lingering on the sunlit grass a few yards away from him. The bright face is flushed with palest rose, the dark full eyes are looking slyly at him, the dark brown hair is burnished by the sun. A fair picture of peerless youth for crabbed age to admire. "So that is Sybil. Yes, she is very lovely. Those sycophants haven't exaggerated. Come here, my love. Come to your old uncle. Naughty child, why did you stay away so long?" He holds out his lean old arms. He folds her to his breast. He kisses her lovingly, paternally, as he has never yet kissed Marion, despite her affectionate blandishments. "Well, I never," Marion exclaims inwardly, standing a little aloof, and feeling that her reign is over. End of Chapter 9, read by Adrian Stroett, Turks and Caicos Islands.